The Exilarians were not built for war. Their slender, crystalline bodies evolved on a peaceful world of soft breezes and gentle rains, where cooperation had long ago replaced competition. Their translucent skin glowed with bioluminescence that reflected their emotions currently pulsing with terror as the Drekka battle fleet darkened their skies. Ambassador Tia Lyra watched helplessly from the Exilarian High Council chamber as the first bombardment began. The capital city's shields, designed more for weather control than warfare, flickered weakly under the assault. "The evacuation ships cannot launch with their weapons active," whispered Elder Vos, her light patterns cycling through shades of despair. "We are trapped." The Exilarians had only one ally in the galactic community, a curious species called humans. But their outpost in the system consisted of just one diplomatic station with a staff of 20. What could they possibly do against 300 Drekka warships? Lyra's communication crystal chimed. "This is Captain Rivera of the Earth Diplomatic Corps," came the calm human voice. "We're tracking the situation. Hold position. Hold position?" What else could they do? The next bombardment would shatter their shields entirely. "Human Captain," Elder Vos responded, "the Drekka demand our unconditional surrender and resource rights to our entire system. They've given us 1 hour before they escalate attacks." There was a pause. When Captain Rivera spoke again, something in her voice had changed. "Has the Drekka commander been informed of your alliance with Earth?" "Yes," Tia Lyra replied. "They said," he hesitated, embarrassed to repeat it. "They said, what, Ambassador?" "They said humans were inconsequential primates playing at diplomacy, and that your protection was meaningless." Silence stretched for several seconds. "I see," said Captain Rivera finally. "Elder Vos, I need you to transmit a message to the Drekka fleet on an open channel. Word for word, please. The Exilarian system is under Earth protection. You have one chance to withdraw. This is your only warning." The Exilarian Council exchanged confused glances, their skin patterns shifting to show bewilderment. One small diplomatic station against a battle fleet. Nevertheless, Elder Vos transmitted the message as requested. The response was immediate mocking laughter from the Drekka commander, followed by increased bombardment of the planetary shields. Tia's heart sank. The humans had tried, but... "Ambassador," Captain Rivera's voice cut through his thoughts. "Please ensure all Exilarian ships power down completely for exactly 90 seconds, starting now." Before Tia could question the strange request, Elder Vos had already given the order. Throughout the Exilarian system, every ship and station went dark. In high orbit, 300 Drekka warships continued their bombardment pattern, their commander gloating over his easy victory. Primitive humans thinking they could bluff the mighty Drekka Empire. Absurd. The void rippled. Where empty space had existed milliseconds before, 70 Earth warships suddenly appeared, their stealth fields dropping simultaneously. They had been there all along, a silent guardian force, cloaked by technology the Drekka had never encountered. The human ships were smaller than the Drekka vessels, but strangely angular, with no visible weapons. No energy signatures had betrayed their presence until this moment. "This is Admiral Helena Ortiz of the Earth Defense Force," boomed a transmission across all frequencies. "You were warned once. What happened next would be studied in military academies across the galaxy for centuries." The human ships didn't fire energy weapons or launch missiles. Instead, they simply moved. With impossible acceleration that defied known physics, they sliced through the Drekka formation like scalpels. Each pass left disabled ships in their wake, engines dead, weapons offline, life support untouched. Surgical precision. Within 45 seconds, 287 Drekka warships hung powerless in space. The remaining 13 vessels, including the command ship, attempted to retreat, engines flaring desperately. Leaving so soon? Admiral Ortiz's voice carried no emotion. But you haven't formally apologized to our allies yet. Gravitational anomalies erupted around the fleeing ships, halting their escape as effectively as physical barriers. On the Excelarian surface, the Council watched in stunned silence as their view screens showed the Drekker commander, a fearsome reptilian figure, being forced to transmit a formal apology and unconditional withdrawal from Excelarian space. When the transmission ended, Elder Vos turned to T-Lyre, her light patterns showing complete bewilderment. The humans, they had a fleet here all along. Protecting us? Captain Rivera's voice returned over the communication crystal, now warm with friendship. Elder Vos, Ambassador T-Lyre Earth, never leaves its allies undefended. The protection fleet has been stationed here since our treaty signing. But why didn't you tell us? Tyr asked. Because, Rivera replied simply, humans only warn enemies once. But we never need to warn friends at all. The Drekker never returned to Excelarian space. And throughout the galaxy, a new saying spread among potential conquerors: threaten anyone you want except human allies.